Hey guys, Rahul here. Nice to meet you all. I'm an IT inventory specialist here at Twitter. Loving it here, and it's such a pleasure to meet you all. And I'm so glad you guys are interested. Um, just a quick little reasoning behind why I'm so passionate about this and so open to sharing this is because I feel like I've had some life-changing experiences through these cabins. Getting back to nature, we are animal first before we're a human, before we're a working machine. That's what we are. It's good to have a balance of awareness of those two things because we want to strive forward and we don't want to remain conservative or anything like that either, right? That's how it is, and at least um, in my own personal belief, we strive for improvement, and that's how I want to live. And one thing I've done to practice that is have these cabin trips with my friends about every 3 or 6 months, and we kind of get together and give our brains and bodies and minds a chance to heal, reset, talk about those unresolved issues, and try to move forward. There's lots of things going on in all of our lives, and I can't help everybody. I think I have a savior complex, but I can't help everybody. But what I can do is create safe spaces like this for my friends when I can, and my friends and my loved ones when I can, and give them the chance to heal, give them the chance to experience special things that I've experienced, and hopefully it does for them what it's done for me, which is it's honestly helped me through a lot of my insecurities, a lot of my issues, personal issues, and I've made lots of realizations about people, the world, and just having a better understanding of things helps you also cope with the harsh realities of things, right? So yeah, on that note, thank you again for showing interest. I'm gonna jump right in. Let me share my screen. Cool. Awesome. Oops, wrong way. Cool. So to start off, I actually want to show you guys a couple pictures of some of my recent trips. Honestly, I just threw in a bunch of quick videos and shots I found. There's a bunch of good content that I have. Well, a bunch of content I'm proud of rather. But the one thing I love doing is going on hikes, right? Most of these nature cabins will feature some amazing views, some amazing nearby hikes. And just look at this. We were on this hike for 30 minutes, right? It was complete dirt, complete trees all around. And then somehow at the end of this hike, we made it to this cliff top, completely open. And you just see everything around you. Like this, I cried at this moment when I reached the peak, and I was just like, wow, like this is nature. Here's another shot, just beautiful and serene. I love this shot. It speaks brotherhood to me. Here's a shot of the most recent cabin my girlfriend and I went to. Absolutely beautiful. This was a dome design where the cabin just has 360 views of all the nature around you, and it's just flawlessly placed in the middle and nested in the middle of nature, whereas it's sustainable and it doesn't bother the animals around and the nature around you, and you see lots of animals, lots of bugs, lots of things you wouldn't see in the city. Lots of things, lots of feelings you wouldn't feel in the city. Lots of noise that you wouldn't be able to hear in the city. It's a different kind of serene being out here. And oh, this is not a good shot, but there you go. But that's my beautiful girlfriend right there. Here's another video of my girlfriend being all cute and showing off the cabin. Let's look at this piece of architecture. I believe the architecture it's European, from Denmark. It's what it looks like to me, at least. But it's amazing, open design concept. It's windows all around, and it's just impeccable design, and you just feel so peaceful and serene. Oh, the biggest thing, of course, it just overlooks a gigantic. Oh, it just overlooks a gigantic pond, and you have a wood fire hot tub right there. Hot tubs are very important for me. But yeah, it's so cool. Another shot in one of the windows in the cabin. You got the pond behind you. And I'm gonna talk about her a lot, but my Majestic girlfriend right there. Another picture. This is on the opposite side of the cabin. This is the back end. When you walk through the halls in this cabin, you just feel like you're walking through tunnels. It's absolutely stunning. Another room in the back of the cabin. This is a neat little video I took at the end of our trip just to kind of have a memory of what the cabin looked and felt like. Just the magical walk to the cabin. Just amazing. Like, but yeah, this let me stop showing you guys this. This was like this is booked all year round and we really got lucky and I just wanted to share that with you guys. But anyways, going back into what matters. Airbnb tips and tricks. It's more like one tip and it's not even really a trick. It's more like they do it for you, but not many people, I believe, just not many people really tend to think about cabin because they can be a little pricey too as your first resort for like a weekend getaway, right? We're so easily for no wrong reason, you know, like attracted to beach locations or other cities or other popular destinations, right? Like Miami, and other cities in the city or things like Cancun, all beautiful, amazing places. And I haven't even been to Cancun, which I need to do. But, you know, in our own backyard, at least in New York City, I have so much I can explore, which just, you know, it goes along with gratitude, right? Like, I'm trying to appreciate all these things so far when I don't even appreciate what's in my backyard. And so let me tell you a little bit about how I started this cabin journey. My girlfriend and I, we were looking for a cabin. We saw Getaway. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but Getaway is this. It's like a tiny home where you have a little cabin, not a little cabin, but like a little, it's like a RV sized cabin that's just nested in nature. It has a big window and it's beautiful. It's a good time. This is what it looks like. But I felt like we could do better. So I went ahead and I searched my heart out and kind of realized that hey, like we can get our own cabin with more space and with better views and not pay as much and you know just do our own thing. And I got this cabin, for example. I'm not gonna go into too detail with these pictures. I'll leave the links down low. But basically, pictures do not do this cabin justice at all. And I've noticed that with most of these cabins, pictures don't do them justice. It is truly an experience, and you're paying for that. You're paying for the feelings you get there. You're paying for the safe space. You're paying for the seclusion, and you're paying for a real, true getaway from all the toxicity and the noise you're leaving behind in the city. And basically we were really high up here. We had to switch cars. The host was actually nice enough to let us borrow a 4x4 halfway up the hill, and we had to take that to the cabin. Extremely high. I love A-frames. That's number one thing I look forward to. You gotta have those high ceilings, and you just had a completely sweeping view of mountains filling up the valleys, just filling up with mist, and it was just so surreal. I just felt like I was in a Pixar or Disney movie and just so peaceful. And honestly, like I've a little background about me, you know, I haven't really gotten out much. I'm a city kid. I love the city, but I just fell in love the second I went out of it into nature. And I was just like, there's so many things I can, so many areas I have yet to grow in, and so many things I have yet to learn. But moving forward, back focusing on the tips and tricks part, right? Go to Airbnb.com. This is very simple. One tip, no trick. Live anywhere. You can choose any of these. Check it out for yourself. Maybe you don't like the cabins as much as you like other types of unique stays or just homes secluded, right? Everybody to each their own, and I love it either way as long as you have the experience that you're aiming for. So you click on outdoor getaway. The filter's already set. This is basically your cabin option. Nature cabins. If you're not familiar with the Airbnb website, You can move around this map and it automatically filters out. It automatically shows you everything you want to see in that zone. I can zoom in right here if I don't want to drive too far. If you're in New York City, most people I believe don't drive in the city. At least I do, because I'm out closer to Long Island. But so a lot of people don't want such a long journey. I don't mind it. I love road trips. But you can zoom in, let's say. Okay, cool. Most of these drives would be like 2 hours tops, 2, 3 hours tops, right? And just look at your options. Like, let's see, Little Red Cabin. You look cute. This looks very, very peaceful, a little spooky, which I love. Ooh, this picture is nice, and I love the wooden aesthetic. Two prerequisites for me so far: A-frame. I love a wooden interior and exterior. Just just the patterns in the wood, and just I don't know what it is about it, but when you're out there, when you're just relaxing and feeling at peace, the wood just kind of grounds you and reminds you where everything's from. And I feel like it's made me better. I feel like I took a lot of things for granted, and these trips have definitely helped. So yeah, moving forward, that's honestly most of what I wanted to show you. But here's some more little things. Uh, Third thing I always want a hot tub. I'm a little spoiled for that, but a hot tub does, make the trip even better for me. It's like a little cherry on top. If I can find one, why not? So, again, if you're not familiar with Airbnb, you can click more filters, go through this whole menu, and then you have so many options. I have hot tub selected right now, but customize it to what you want. Pets allowed is definitely a must for me. Customize it to what you want, and you will have an amazing experience. I promise you. Other things you can do. The price, like I said, it can get pricey. Again, if you're not familiar with Airbnb, you can just adjust it, find something in your range, and take your time. And this is something I wanted to go to as well. Take your time and look through these. See what you want to experience. For me, going back to my prerequisites, like, this is absolutely stunning. Secluded property, a property nested in a couple of acres of land, so you have complete privacy, complete quiet and serene. A-frame, just that high ceiling adds volume, space, and an airy feeling that's just unmatched. I'm not used to having that much space out here in the city, and just being in that space, I could just sit in areas like that all day, all night, and just have an amazing time. The other thing was the wooden interior and exterior. Again, I've mentioned like how grounding that is to just being a property that is akin to the surroundings, and not a property that sticks out from the surroundings. I'm not sure if that translates well, but it's how I feel. But yeah, going back to it, I'm just showing you guys New York City. You can move this map anywhere. You can put in your exact location here, whatever you want to do. There's cabins all over America that will give you the experience you want, and there's so many gems. Add in the dates, add in the guests, and don't be scared to look through different weekends, because sometimes the cabin you really want to go to isn't available that weekend, and then you'll have to do some adjusting and whatnot, but you'll adapt and you'll get to experience what you really want to. Yeah, so that's about it for the tips and tricks. Let me see, is there anything else I want to share? Another thing I can say about why I'm so passionate about sharing this with you guys is because ever since my first trip with my girlfriend, I realized I want to share this experience with my loved ones. So I decided to take my friends and make it a 3 month or a 6 month thing, because we're all dealing with our own buckets of trauma back home, and just going out in that space. I really love listening. I really love learning new perspectives, and I feel like I was able to share this experience by creating a very safe space, which is totally far from what most of my friends have at home in New York City. Creating completely safe space where we just cried, laughed, and healed together. Healing, self-care, so many, the main ideas of what we spoke about today in the summit, so important. I like to think of our brains as Jira. We're constantly our brains have filters. We constantly auto categorize and compartmentalize things as we go on a daily basis without even realizing. Subconsciously, our brains are running tasks at such a fast rate because we're already used to these tasks every day. When you go out into a cabin like this, for example, the last cabin I went to, no Wi-Fi, no internet. And when you go out into a space like that, just like, wow, like every thought is being processed as it comes. And I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like I had lots of realizations. My brain wasn't moving at the rapid pace it was. And then what happened was other unresolved issues that I put to the side that were hurting me subconsciously and I didn't even know about started coming up, and I was able to talk about them and resolve them, and learn more about myself, learn more about the people I love, learn more about the world, and I formulated my own understandings of the world around me. There's a lot of atrocities and tragedies going on a daily basis, and it's we do have privilege, we do have the abilities to do these kinds of things, and it's definitely important to utilize that and give yourself the self-care that we have the ability to give us, because we deserve it, and we can really really help ourselves by doing so. And yeah, so that's basically how I came to being so passionate about this. I aspire to, create a couple Airbnb cabins, not Airbnb cabins, nature cabins, and maybe host it on Airbnb one day. But yeah, definitely a huge dream of mine. I want to have that safe space for my friends, my loved ones, and I want to share that with the amazing folks here at Twitter, because honestly, everybody I've met here so far is just so open-minded, progressive thinking, and able to speak on anything without it's the mindset of self-improvement. I feel like a lot of us practice. We're able to give our each other constructive feedback while also being friends, and having those conversations, and just like I can't ask for anything more but listening and learning and feeling like I helped somebody because they were just able to get a burden off their shoulder. It's honestly the greatest feeling in the world to me. But yeah, just to sum up again, Airbnb.com. Check out any of these as you want. Outdoor getaways, filter to your location, filter whatever other amenities or pets allowed or stuff like that you'd like. There's lots of glamping sites too. Every cabin, again, my prerequisites: high ceiling, hot tub, A-frame, wood, all those things, secluded. Those are my prerequisites for when I look for a cabin. And when you guys look for your own place, I'm sure it will be different and whatnot, but as long as you guys are able to find what you need to and grow from it. The point of all this is to give yourself time to heal so you can grow, because we're all growing every day and we all want to be better every day, and this is a good way to give yourself a break when you can't go off to a tropical island for a week or two. Maybe if you want to just get away quickly for a weekend and kind of put your brain on pause, put your responsibilities on pause, and rediscover yourself, or just discover new things about yourself. It doesn't always have to be a journey either. It's just a break, it's just self-care. Do the things, always do the things that you love doing as a kid. And I've recently found myself doing that stuff again, like lots of passions I lost as a kid. I've gotten to a place of financial stability, I've gotten to a place of mental stability, and kind of content with my life right now, and it's given me the energy to kind of practice a lot of the hobbies I've had as a child. And it's amazing, like the more and more I grow, the more and more my body and humans and these things make sense, right? Like we weren't meant to accomplish the American dream and work our lives away. No, that's not the American dream. I mean, it is, but at the same time, like, that's not my American dream. My dream, regardless, is just to give back to others, help spread positivity, and be a good influence. And hopefully one day I can inspire others to do the same. But yeah, that's all from me. I'm gonna show you guys my beautiful little kitty right here. Mm. I woke him up for it, and I'm sure he doesn't appreciate that. Don't do that. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, guys. I'm looking for the screen to close this call. Feel free to hit me up if you have any questions. I know it's not much tips and tricks, but sometimes you just need to know where to look, right? And what to find or what you want to find. Lots of times we don't know what we want, and it's the truth of things, and that's okay. We learn what we want with experience, and that's what I want you guys to be able to do. Have an experience. Feel free to Slack me again if you have any more questions, want to talk more, or anything of that nature. I'm always here and I don't sleep. But yeah, thank you for watching if you made it all this way, and have a great night.